Hello, hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel. This is Maggie. I'm so glad you stopped by for a little bit today. Thank you so much. Okay, so today is our last day of the week for our July Junk Journal Challenge 2025, hosted by Lee's Art Junk Journal Wonderland. The hashtag is JJJC 2025. And then next week we'll only have 4 more prompts. Yeah, that's too bad. It's gone by so fast. Again, another month just gone right past us without us hardly even knowing it existed. But this has been so much fun and I've enjoyed it so much. Our prompt today is tea bag. This is going to be a very short video. I can almost guarantee it unless something goes completely crazy. But before I get started on it, I would like to give some shout outs to some dear ladies and thank them for their comments. Just Donna Marie, My Creative Detour, Susan, T. Williamson, Selena Stevens, 5265, and Crafty Lenny P. Thank you all so much for watching and for your comments. They really do mean a lot. I appreciate everybody who's watching and all of my subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you like this video today, then please give me a thumbs up and leave me a little comment. I would surely appreciate it. All right, so now I'm just going to put it right out there. I'm just going to be transparent. I did not sleep last night. Maybe I slept for an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Maybe I even slept 2 hours, but that is being generous. I don't know what was wrong. Nothing was wrong with me. I wasn't thinking about anything or worried about anything. Just couldn't go to sleep. So, that being said, I'm going to do my best with this today. Like I said, this is going to be a very quick video. Our prompt is tea bag. And I know I kept saying I don't know what I'm going to do with a tea bag, but I would figure it out, and I did figure something out. It might not be what I really want, but it's what we have. So yesterday I was looking, or maybe it was the day before, I'm not sure. I was looking through some other things to find something else, and I found this stencil that I had forgotten that I had. And it was in a cube and I don't know what it was doing there, not with my other stencils. But I think part of the reason was when I ordered it, I thought I didn't pay attention to the description, and I thought it was a small stencil, you know, that could easily fit on a page with other items, because I was making a tea journal, kind of a tea party journal for my granddaughter, the one who had the baby, and then I made a couple of more. I think I made 3 tea journals altogether, so I wanted to use this in those journals, but I didn't have my thinking cap on then, I guess, and I didn't use it, and I stuck it away, and I found it, so I said, oh, there we go, that's the answer to my dilemma. So I stenciled those teacups on this page, and it took pretty much up the whole page. This is just a piece of, I think it's called, well, it's from Echo Park. I love their solids and their stripes and dots and all of that. I really do enjoy that paper. And I said, okay, and I had these sayings and these sentiments in my computer, on my computer, so I said, wow, I've got those, so we'll use a couple of those. And I'm going to put a piece of lace down the edge just to kind of dress it up a little bit. And I had a tea bag. I didn't use it because, like I said, I'm not a tea drinker. Really, I do like tea, I just don't reach for it. So I cut a slit in the bottom and emptied out as much of the tea as I could get out, and then I just kind of put some color in it, like it's been used a little bit with my tea stain distress ink. So here's my tea bag, and all I'm going to do with this little tea bag is I'm just going to put it down here. I'm going to glue it in place. And then these sentiments, the first one is by C.S. Lewis. You can't get a cup of tea big enough or a book long enough to suit me. So I thought maybe I'd put this right up here. And then I thought this was real cute. Water is the mother of tea, a teapot is its father, and fire the teacher. I thought I'd put that right here. Because they tell me, you know, when we were over in Ireland, England, that you can't let the water get too hot for tea, I guess. I think that's the way I heard it. So I'm just going to glue these things down. Now our prompt on Monday will be old person, and I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to do for that. At least I have something that I can use, and I'll figure the other ones out when I get there. Now on Saturday and Sunday I'm going to probably do some Christmas in July. I'm not part of a challenge or a collaborative or anything. I am just doing it on my own. Because I want to just make up some pieces of Christmas ephemera to have, and I thought that would be a good chance for me to do it. Now after next week and we get finished with our prompts, I'm going to go back to doing finish up my journals, and I probably will not be working on any more Christmas stuff until we get closer to Christmas. I would like to do something on Friday, and I'm thinking seriously about doing like a oh dear, just a moment, like maybe a fall Friday or Friday fall makes, or something along that line, to maybe start making some ephemera to get ready to do some fall journals, because I haven't done any. I didn't do any the first year because I didn't start till right at Christmas time, and I didn't do any last year because I just didn't. So I think I'll do that. Now, I really want to, I've been wanting ever since I first started junk journaling, or shortly after, I think one of my kitties is throwing up. I wanted to do a golden book. And my daughter wanted, my oldest daughter, because she collects Alice in Wonderland memorabilia, and so I told her I would make her a Alice in Wonderland book, and I really wanted to use a golden book to do it, but I just was so intimidated by the process, because if I do it, I was afraid I'd mess it all up, you know, mess the spine up. And my goal is, if I do one, is to save the golden spine if I'm able to. I remember when my girls were little, I loved the golden books for them. They had a ton of them, and I read them to them, and they were so sweet. But I've watched several tutorials on it recently. I watched a lady, when I get ready to start on it, I'll definitely link her in the description box. Was the best, I think, tutorial that I've watched, in my opinion. And that's just me. You know, sometimes we relate to how some people explain and go over things better than others. It's no disrespect or anything negative towards any of the other creators that I might have watched, but hers just clicked with me and made sense. So I came across, I acquired a lot, I think I got them on eBay, of little golden books, you know, used little golden books. And I haven't really paid a lot of attention to them. I know I had a Cinderella one, and I knew that there was a couple others I knew I had, but I took them out yesterday and started looking. Well, yeah, actually I found this one the day before, and it's called A Christmas Story. And I thought, oh gosh, wouldn't this make a lovely Christmas journal? So I think, you know, going back to what I was saying about my weekend Christmas in July, I think I might start working on a little golden book. I'm not decided though if I want to start it to do a Christmas journal, if I just want to start one to get some practice. But that's what I may do this weekend. If you're interested, I hope you'll come along and join me. If I don't do that, then I definitely will be making some Christmas ephemera, and I would like to make a couple more shaker cards for sure, because I only made 2 in my one video. And I enjoyed making them. They're so cute. I like the way this gal that I saw them, that I saw the tutorial, how she did them, how she made them. They were so easy. And I thought this was a nice stencil, these 3 little teacups stacked on top of each other. And let me see if I can finagle this thread here. My son-in-law, being from Ireland, they drink a lot of tea. I think the younger generation especially is getting more towards coffee, as coffee is becoming way more popular. And but tea is still kind of a staple, and you know, they call it a cuppa. Do you want to have a cuppa? Well, when my son-in-law first told me that, I didn't know what in the world, what was a cuppa? Well, it's a cup of tea, you dummy. So they love their tea. So he does drink tea. I don't know if he drinks it every day now that he's here, but he does enjoy his tea. So this is my page for today. I've got my little tea bag here, all tea dye, done with the tea dye distress ink to look like it was used. And these 3 little lovely teacups. So I do hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, let me trim this lace off of here. I always cut a little more than I need, just in case I get a ravelly end. And of course, it's not really on here very straight. I'll fix that if I can. I usually do try to check the other side before I glue it down. Let me put some more glue. Tell you, this PVA glue, when it decides, when you put it down, it grabs a hold. It doesn't do it immediately. You usually have some time for some wiggle room, but it holds pretty doggone good. I like it a lot. Although I do think Elmer's glue is comparable. And I do have both. And at one time I was using both at the same time. But I decided I didn't need to do that. I didn't need all those different types of glues on my desk, you know. So now I just have my Fabri-Tac. I have the PVA glue and a glue stick. And I might have a couple of different glue sticks. I do have my favorite. Okay. So yes, here's my page for today. I'll have to put my numbers on here someplace, and I'm going to put it here in my book, my journal. And I'll probably glue it down right here and add my numbers. This does stick out a ways. It's a little bit, I needed the page to be a little bit wider just to accommodate the stencil. But I don't mind that the lace sticks out. I kind of like that. So yeah, I hope you all are doing good and that you're enjoying what you're doing today. You're getting some fun crafting done, and that you'll join me over the weekend And like I said, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. I love, love, love your comments so very much. I know I say that every day, but I can say it every day, all day, and it means just as much. So I want you all to know I love you and I pray for you. I appreciate you. And I will see you in the next one, but until then I'm going to read my verse for the day. My grace is sufficient for thee, 2 Corinthians 12:9. And as far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions. Psalms 103:12. All right, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.